They told us that her levels of kidney failure were quite high, and so he said about 6 months if you guys are lucky.
When you're given 6 months, no matter what's going to happen, find the help that you need. You'll never regret it. Vero and Kitty Kitty were brought to our attention via the GoFundMe page that she put up. I found out that she had kidney failure with about 6 months to live. That was about a month ago, and her condition has only worsened. She is currently constipated, has not defecated in the past 3 days. She vomits most, if not all her food, and that has been happening on and off since she came back from the vet. The Humane Society offers euthanasia without any fees, but that involves leaving Kitty Kitty behind to die alone. I am pleading for your help during these hard times so I can give Kitty Kitty a proper goodbye.
She asks us for help when she's in pain. She'll meow at us for us to help her, and I didn't want to see her go on her own. I mean, she's been given up by so many owners. I don't want to give up on her.
Hey, Patrick? This is like a thing. It's awesome, thank you.
Not too
How
bad.
are you? Thanks for having us come over. I'm Chris. Yeah, good to see you. Look at this cute kitty.
Beautiful.
Before performing a euthanasia, especially for a pet I've never seen before, I've got to be personally comfortable with what I'm about to do. I've got to sleep at night. That owner, that person, that guardian's got to sleep at night. We all have to come together to decide that this is the right decision to make. I'm always looking for what I call red flags. Red flags are, I find that one thing on their exam and I'm like, oh no, I have to go and now tell someone some really, really bad news, right? Some of that's due to age, some of that can be due to illness, thyroid, kidney, or otherwise. So far, have not hit a red flag on her body. This is good.
Just before we went to the vet, she was running around like a 3-year-old cat. Maybe,
She was.
like running everywhere. Like I could not believe this cat was 18 years old as well.
Yes. It sounds to me like, other than my poops got funny, maybe constipated, and I was eating plastic, when they found out about the kidneys, you guys weren't going into the clinic.
We had no idea.
You had no idea, and what it sounds like to me, she wasn't showing classic signs, all the classic signs of kidney disease. So what are we talking about here? What do we mean when we say CKD, or chronic kidney disease? Well, your kidneys have their fingers in everything. And when those things start to go wrong, they can go wrong in combinations. And in addition to that, there's about 13 underlying reasons for your kidneys to want to go bad. So I always say kidney disease is like a thumbprint. It's fairly unique and individual to that one cat. And so some cats can look barely affected and other cats can look dramatically affected. How do we get a sense of how mild or badly affected a kidney could be? Well, a rough measure is measuring creatinine in the blood. Creatinine is a waste product that your kidney should filter out. If it goes very high, it's a sign that your kidneys aren't functioning the way that they should. Kitty Kitty's creatinine was sky high. So high, in fact, that the vet said, I don't really see how Kitty could live much longer than 6 months. Pee tells us a lot about what's going on in her body, right? So what we're gonna do now is you're gonna see us get a pee sample from her via something called cystocentesis. And what that means is, like, how do you get a pee sample from a cat? Literally, if it was a person, your bladder's sitting in here. You imagine someone poking you with a needle all through your muscles and everything to get your sample. It would be pretty crazy, right? Cats are much different in that there's nothing going on. The cats don't get 6-packs, so there's no, and we go through a place that's not highly innervated, so they tend to, other than they're being helped, they don't feel us getting pee. Very safe to do it. So you're literally gonna see us get pee right from her body. Now same thing goes for the blood sample. We're going for a jugular, but we put a calming wrap on first. We're not pulling or pushing her body, those 18-year-old bones, in any way too far. We talk to her, and she talks back. She's allowed to do that, as long as she's not struggling any more than 3 seconds, then things go well. Here, look here. Okay, so this is after blood and after urine. And she is already eating. It means emotionally they're willing to like come back. They weren't so offended that we've like scarred them psychologically in the inside. So this is amazing. And in terms of what that is, it's Japanese silver vine. That's what it's like. Exotic catnip. We're digging for treasure. We want to find things to help this little one. So we're gonna see what's revealed, right? So we're gonna start off with that urinalysis right now. Let's go check it out.
That was actually super curious.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go check everything out. We bring equipment and special stains to our appointments. We pick a spot in someone's house and process the slides. We hook up our microscope to our laptop so people can see exactly what we are seeing in real time.
There's some more, another little white blood cell, but no red blood cells anywhere.
Okay, so no blood. We have mild white blood cells hanging out, and then
The amount of bacteria, that's about it.
we put some of the urine on a test strip. It helps us figure out if there's white blood cells, sugar, and other characteristics important to figure out her kidney. Some of the urine is dropped on a refractometer. This measures how concentrated her pee is. See where the blue meets the white? That's her concentration. How many cats have I seen, 18 years old, come in some kidney crisis, and then you look at their pee, you don't find much bacteria, but then when you treat them for the bacteria that they've got, oh, feeling better. So old cats have proven to me to take moderate findings of white blood cells and bacteria in their urine seriously. One factor to see if she can bring it back, if she can bring back some health, is simply an antibiotic. Boop. In your bum bum, shebangs. Kitty is like any cat that I've met with chronic kidney disease. She has a set of requirements. We're gonna make educated guesses towards those requirements, try different things, see what she does. We're gonna use the urinalysis and the blood work to cut down on the guesswork to find out more about what she needs individually. What's our primary job number 1? Make her feel good. Primary job number 2, get calories into her, get her to start eating. Job number 3, give her some treatments in her body so number 1 and number 2 can happen. With her capillary refill time, this is me touching her gums, pulling it back, skin scent, she's probably dehydrated. Why is she dehydrated? When you have kidney issues, no matter how much water you drink, your kidney is inefficient at holding on to that water, and then you pee it out dilutely. Tara, what was her specific gravity, her urine concentration?
It was 1020.
Oh my god, okay, 1020, not the worst, but pretty dilute. Cats are like desert animals. They should be making a very concentrated pee, and she's not doing it. So the first thing that we're gonna give her is subcutaneous fluids. Hydration for her, it does multiple things that are of benefit. Subcutaneous fluids, any side effect to that? Well, one of the reasons I did her physical exam was to assess her suitability for it. Then what you're gonna see us do is get her body weight, and then subcutaneous fluids done to the individual, calculated to like their body's requirement, is very safe. It goes very well. Subcutaneous fluids that isn't quite matched to what their needs, that's when you can have a problem. Have I had a problem with subcutaneous fluids in like over a decade? No, simply because I'm just very careful with it, very specific with the amounts, okay? These guys very often have gastritis. So what does that mean? It cuts down their appetite. It's like you and I with heartburn, right? So we're gonna give her like a version of Pepcid AC. That's the third thing I'm gonna give her mirtazapine. What is that? Mirtazapine is, I need to change her mind about how she feels about her appetite right now. Mirtazapine, it's actually an antidepressant. I'm not saying you're depressed. But what I know about you is that your appetite is depressed. And because her appetite is depressed, I want to bring that back up. I want calories in her body. Catabolism has to go away. We need some anabolism. We need energy and strength going into her body, right? So that's what mirtazapine is for. Is there any side effects to any of this stuff? For mirtazapine, so the appetite stimulant, if the dose is very high, they look goofy, they look drunk, they look odd for a couple of days. So we're gonna try to like monitor and just start with a small dose. We always start with the smallest amount to achieve the right effect. So subcutaneous fluids, mirtazapine, famotidine, boom, boom, boom. So that's gonna be her core to start with. In terms of what to feed her, anything she wants. Is there a type of nutrition that could benefit her? Absolutely, absolutely. Ultimately, we're gonna find a balance between her personal preferences, because they have them. You live 18 years, you got personal preferences of what you're gonna eat, right? We put some strategy to get food into her body, get some energy into her body. We wanna find out what her response is going to be. As we're doing all of that, you guys are gonna let us know how that worked while we're waiting for the blood work results, which we should have shortly. Sound good? So her blood work came in, and I was shocked, actually. I called Kitty's people up, and they said, she's using the litter box, she's eating up a storm, she looks happy. And I looked at the blood work, and her creatinine level almost went back to normal. She started at 800, and now she's at 180. That's almost normal. What does this mean? This means blood work is a snapshot in time. This means it's worthwhile trending things if you can. It means it's worthwhile taking a tough problem and working around it in different ways to see if there's a way out. Now, what caused this? We don't really know. There could have been a stone in her ureter. That's the tube that connects the kidney to her bladder. It could have been an infection, pyelonephritis. What we do know is this. Kitty gets to live her natural years, whatever that might be. And that's a good thing.
Really, we just don't want her to suffer, and now we know she's in good hands.
So I'm very satisfied with the service, just the approach these guys have, how friendly they are, how excited they get about all these testings and these results. And just to see Kitty be more comfortable and happy, like she's probably taking a nap right now or eating or something, but she's happy, and we know that we're getting the help that we need, and that my fight was worth it.
If you like the work we do, please subscribe. That's how you can help us help people who have that will to help their pet, but not the advice, the means, or the money to do so. Thanks.